Well, there's some of my tubing and flaring tools. I like a variety of them, as you can see. I get the big Imperial, do 7/8, 3/4, 5/8, up to 1/8" copper. I don't have any flare nuts to go with them, but that thing does a pretty darn good job. It's a good thing it's got that long arm there, because it is a bear to twist down, especially on 1/8". And my double flaring tool, I don't use that so much for copper. It's probably better suited for steel brake lines, but it'll do down to like 3/16. Right now I got staged for 1/4 inch. And there's the yoke. Years ago I bought a rigid for no other reason than this block will do 7/16 copper. And that was the only size I couldn't do. Not that I've ever come across it, or certainly have no need to flare it. And there's my favorite. It's a yellow jacket. The thing that makes this different from the others is that the cone is actually faceted, so it'll burnish the copper, and the flaring block itself is one piece, and the blocks slide, and you see they float in there, so they're adjustable, and they grab that copper nicely. And tubing cutters everywhere. I'm really actually partial to Imperial stuff, but the one I use the most is my newest rigid. That's my first rigid I ever bought, a number 10. I only do up to 7/8 copper, but I've had the thing 25 years, so I'm not throwing it away. I got two little minis. This is actually the Imp. It's made by Imperial. Yeah, Imperial. The other one I picked up because I thought I'd lost the Imp, but Lennox, it works pretty well, and it's easy to spot in the tool bag. Another old Imperial. I just keep this around as an example. The deburring tool is broken off. Extra spare cutting wheel's missing. And this Imperial is the one I keep in my double flaring kit. So deburring tool is still there. Spare cutting wheel. And stays up there and stores very nicely. These are the cones for the double flare. I'll be using 1/4 inch. It's the only one I got a flare nut for. But it's what you do is you adjust the height of it. Adjust the height of your copper according to that little bushing there. And you got to tighten it down twice. But actually doesn't do that great a job. Got a couple here that I tried. Nasty copper I had. And see, it's really not all that good. I tried twice on this piece, but you got to be real careful about deburring your copper, making sure it's straight, so it comes up out of the flaring block a little crooked. This is the crap you end up with. So, show you what they can do. Okay, first thing you do is put the adapter in the copper, the flare bar, the yoke over it, and tighten it down. Put the cone right into the center of that adapter. Don't have to worry too much about placing it. It'll center itself. And just tighten that thing all the way down till, oops, you see the adapter's bottomed out onto the block itself. Back that out, which is really an adventure, time consuming. Always put the adapter back, you don't want to lose that. The yoke back over it. And it's hard enough with two hands. Get that thing to line up, and the cone will go right into the copper. Doesn't take much. And screw it. Same way you tightened it up. I just loosen the wing nut that's furthest away. And put the block open. And that one actually looks pretty good. I don't know. Oh, not so bad. Now the other block I had set up is, I actually have a flare nut for this one. So tighten it in the block. It's 1/2 inch. Put the nut on first, naturally. And this yoke slides in from the end. right down. And I didn't deburr the copper too well. Bury the sucker all the way down. And like I said, it burnishes. Doesn't do a whole heck of a lot. When you loosen the block, the screw, just tilt that down. The block will slide right apart. It comes right out. And there's a flare nut I got off of that Fujitsu coil that I replaced a couple weeks ago. That tightens right on. Now it's got to be torqued, but it's a nice fit. And it still needs to be cleaned up, but not too bad. This one's my least favorite, but mainly because it's just too much work. You have to actually tighten the yoke on your flaring block, and your copper set in there. Tighten that down. This is just too many screws for me, but just for the additional size. And actually, the flares come out really, really nice looking on these. Drop that out of there. All out. There you go. Nice and smooth. Very good. There they all are. One big happy family. Some of these guys just aren't coming back onto the truck. So 2 of you guys have to go. Alright.